I'm gonna be genuine here. I never thought we'd make it this far. I've tried to start this video 10 separate times, and I just don't know how to find the words to say thank you. Over 100,000 subscribers, it's left me gobsmacked. I have so much fun making these videos, and it's been my dream to be a YouTuber since I was probably in the 8th grade. I got a little Flip Ultra HD camera, and I started filming some random shit with big dreams. And I never really stopped. I took large breaks, sure, but I always wanted to make videos, to edit, to create things. And you know, now I have a platform to do that thanks to you guys. But enough fucking around. My idea to celebrate hitting 100,000 subscribers was to do a Q&A. And this is that video. This is it. It just took really fucking long. Sorry. So I asked the Aggro Army, the channel members, the Patreon members, and the Instagram followers, sorry about the Twitter followers, I actually forgot to ask Twitter what some of your burning questions for me were. And some of them are goddamn insane. Let's dive in. First up, we got the channel members and Patreon members, the 3-star generals of the Aggro Army. Mr. Achiha 4683. Maybe review Teen Beach Movie. Also love your content. Thanks. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to review a musical when you can't play any of the songs. Teen Beach Movie is interesting, and I did like it as a kid, or at least growing up. I might have been a teen by then. I don't know. But I did enjoy Teen Beach Movie. Maybe one day. There's definitely other DComs I would do first, man. Like Luck of the Irish, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Like, there's some crazy shit. Othias5419. Thank you for such a good content, dude. Is your life going great? Saludos, Desde, Argentina. All right, Argentina. So do you watch these videos with subtitles, or do you understand English? Because I'm curious how bad the subtitles actually are. I've never watched them myself with subtitles. And yeah, life is going great. It couldn't be better, honestly. I'm so happy where I'm at. I've never been this happy in my life, if I'm being straight. Things just couldn't be better. So thanks for asking. Smash 10 Kane, out of all the Dan Schneider shows, did you have a favorite that you watched as a kid and now as an adult? Is there a different favorite show you enjoy reviewing more? Okay. Up until the final seasons of iCarly and the end of Victorious, I watched all of his shows pretty religiously. I would always put them on over more adult shows because I just found them, I don't know, comforting is not the right word. I was just in a routine of watching them. I've only ever watched them, so whenever they were on, I was like, oh, hell yeah, more of the same shit, you know? But my favorite Dan one, it's very hard, you know? Zoe's definitely not it. I'll give you that one. Zoe ain't my favorite, even though it's nostalgic for me. It's between Drake and Josh and early iCarly for me. Drake and Josh, I think, is objectively a better show, but I think I remember iCarly a little bit better because I was a little bit older when it came out, so it kind of burnt into my mind a little bit better. I don't know. It's hard to decide on that one, but it would be between those two. The _ judge 5083. Brother, great to see you in there. What are some memorable commercials that have stuck with you that you remember seeing on Nickelodeon as a kid? Some of the first ones that come to mind are definitely the Chips Ahoy commercials, where they were these clay motion sentient Chips Ahoys. The punchline was they would always get fucking eaten alive. They would die. They would be killed. And that was the punchline. People would invite them over for a birthday party, and he thought it was like his party, but he was just the snack for the child's birthday party. Like, that's sick. And the Cinnamon Toast Crunch guys, I don't know how long they've been cannibals for, but them eating each other's crazy. And I remember the Cinnamon, the Applejacks here, I am Cinnamon, they gentrified his ass. Also, yeah, the Capri Sun ones, Respect the Pouch, which I made a video about on the side channel. I remember those vividly. Those are my top memorable commercials. Galaxy, what's the next live action show you plan to cover? Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know, maybe something from Disney Channel. I guess Sweet Life of Zack and Cody would probably be the next one. No promises, though. Put a gun to my head and asks me, I guess that's what I would say. I don't know, I mean, I love Zeke and Luther. It'd be fun to review that, but I don't know how many people fucking care about that show, to be honest. It doesn't matter how entertaining you are if people don't want to listen to you yap about a certain topic. A little bit of knowledge for you guys right there. Angelo Martinez, a bit of a loaded question, but is this your full-time job? If so, at what point did you see it become viable enough to be your primary source of income. Love your vids and thank you for providing many laughs with your unfiltered thoughts. Lol. I don't really see that as a loaded question, if I'm being honest. It is my full-time job, yes. These videos take a ton of work, a ton of time. I put a ton of effort into editing. I don't have a team. I don't have editors. It's all me and my fiance, who helps a lot. And if I worked a full-time job, it'd be very difficult to keep up with this release schedule and quality. And when did I see it become viable? Well, I kind of took a big risk, to be honest. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. And that's not an appropriate reason to leave a job, because no one likes their job, right? You know, it's very shared experience, a very shared experience that no one likes their job. But I had to get out. And YouTube was already making a tiny bit of income for me. It wasn't really much compared to my full-time job, of course, but I saw interest and I took the calculated risk to go full-time in and see if I could make the income go up. And so far it's been working out. Nate Jackson, at what point would you ever be comfortable doing a face reveal? You know, honestly, I was gonna do it at 100,000 and I'm not exactly uncomfortable with showing my face. My problem with that is that, look, I'm gonna be straight up here. I decided that doing a face reveal was not in the best interest of the channel because this channel is not about sex appeal. I believe I would distract from the content because I'm just too, come on now, like I'm chiseled, man. And that's just not what this channel is about in any capacity, you know? But honestly though, I have really thought about showing my face and I definitely think maybe someday I will. I really go back and forth thinking about it. Phrased Uncharted, has there ever been an episode of a show that had a premise, setting, or story that you have never got into, no matter how many times you watched it? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I got one. There's an episode of Naked Brothers Band where they're all just randomly cartoons for the entire episode, and I just find that uncomfortable and even unacceptable. It's a live-action show. I'm not watching a cartoon episode. So when I rewatched the show, I had to skip that episode. I just can't do it. Big Time Rush does the same damn thing. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. Poisoned View, classic. Where do you see your channel at in 5 years? How do you balance parenthood and YouTube? A massive whopping congrats, by the way. What do you think is the most underrated Nickelodeon show? If you could reboot any of the shows you review, which one and how? If it's iCarly, you can suggest how they should have done it. Thanks. In 5 years, I'd love to be reviewing movies and video games in addition to what I'm doing now. I love all that shit, so that would be great. I also see the channel having 1 million subscribers. That's a big goal, I know, a big ask, but I want to hit 1 million. I like having big goals. I like driving towards something big. I want to hit 1 million subscribers. Balancing YouTube with raising a child is not easy. The baby doesn't care if I'm doing a voiceover or editing. She's gonna scream when she wants to. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of teamwork with Mrs. Aggro, but she is so worth it. She's a beautiful child. I love her every single day. She makes me so happy. I think Nickelodeon's one of their most underrated shows is definitely True Jackson VP. It really has a chill-ass vibe, and it's unique. It's unique, it's interesting, it's different, and I don't think it got enough love from people when it originally aired. And honestly, that's probably the show I would pick to reboot that hasn't been rebooted yet. Imagine True Jackson taking over for Mr. Madigan as the CEO of the fashion company, and a new, cool, hip youngster moves in. It could be like Devil Wears Prada, the TV show, you know? It would be fire. Gwyn Sorcha, what do you think makes your channel so special? Insert sassy, mean sister voice here. But honestly, I love your content. It really brightens up my dark days. That means a lot. I really, for every one of you who laughs at this content or even just smiles once or cracks a goddamn grin, that means a lot to me. You know, if I can make anyone just feel a tiny bit of happiness, that's amazing to me. I think my channel's special because of me and Mrs. Aggro. I think we're a great team. I think we have unique creative ideas and look at things in a different perspective for most people. That sounded like a job interview answer, but I really feel that way. I feel like we are a great team and I wouldn't want to be partners with anyone else, you know? Both in life and on the YouTube channel. Legend BTV. My question is, were you popular in high school? If you were extroverted, it shouldn't have been hard for someone like you to vibe with people with your sense of humor and ability to notice details. I was kind of popular in high school. I got a senior superlative voted most likely to quote a movie, and I never really quoted movies. So I do kind of equate that to being a little bit popular, but people at the same time didn't like me that much either. I was kind of an acquired taste, people told me. And after they spent some time with me, they seemed to like me more. But people did know about me. I was always whoring around my YouTube channel at the time, and everyone knew me as the YouTube kid, like everyone. I was definitely known for that. So people did know about me. I wouldn't say popular though, but you know, I tried my best, right? Bestie Central. Do you have researchers or do you genuinely notice all the inconsistencies with the set and the plot? I stay watching them and never notice. Love your channel, boo. Hell yeah, thanks. Yeah, there's no researchers. It's just me and Mrs. Aggro. We watch everything. I have a great eye for detail, and we're also both just good at research and shit. It's all us. We don't have editors. It is just me and her, and that is it. Wouldn't change it for the world. I am blessed. Michael Margilia, can we get any Disney episode reviews like Jonas, Hannah Montana, etc.? Yeah, I do want to review The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I remember growing up watching that show at 6 a.m. before going to fucking elementary school, so I would love to review those episodes. I watched a lot of Hannah Montana as well, so I would love to get that in the barrel at some point as well. Kitty laughs a lot. 2 questions because my best friend and I are your biggest fans. 1, how do you remember every single significant date in Nickelodeon history to post on your Insta? Do you have a calendar or is that shit just memorized? 2, are you gonna show your kids the classic Nickelodeon shows you cover/love, or do you fear the contamination of Dirty Dan? No, I don't remember these dates. There's a Wikipedia that kind of has the entire history of Nickelodeon release dates and birthdays on it. So I definitely reference that from time to time and then cross-reference it with more reliable sources. And as for question 2, I'll let my kid watch iCarly and Drake and Josh, of course, but not Victorious, and anything past that I'm gonna say is probably just brain rot. It does seem like that is every channel and Patreon member question. It seems like we got through them all, guys. So now we're gonna hit up the Instagram questions and go from there. And by go from there, I mean that's it. Those are the last questions. And a lot of these questions were genuinely asked over and over. So if you don't see your pop-up, but you asked the question, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best here. Would you review shows outside Nickelodeon? 100%. I would review Cartoon Network. I would review Disney as well. I do prefer to do live action, but I watched a lot of cartoons as a kid. So I would for sure do cartoons as well. How old are you? I'm 28 as of now, and you can date me based off one of the videos I made a long time ago. I predicted the Kids' Choice Awards results, I think for 2025. And the title of that video says I'm a 27-year-old man, and now I'm 28. So y'all can use that to figure out how old I am going forward. What kind of music do you like? Oh man, I love hip hop. You know, I love rap, and I'm talking like 80s, 90s, California rap, like Eazy-E and stuff like that. I love Mac Miller. I actually like Get Down with the Weeknd a little bit. I get a little groovy with Bruno Mars. I would throw on Lady Gaga for sure. You know, some Kesha here or there. I like one-off songs too. You know, there's a bunch of one-off songs from the 2000s that make me nostalgic. I like a little bit of Smash Mouth. I mean, who doesn't, right? I listen to a very varied soundtrack. I'll say that. What inspired you to make your channel? Like I said before, I have always wanted to be a YouTuber. It's been a dream of mine to be a video editor, regardless of if it's YouTube or not, but I've always wanted to be a YouTuber since I learned about the concept of making money through YouTube as a child. I always have wanted to do this. And I also just love watching and talking about media. It's a lot of fun. And honestly, I used to watch Nostalgia Critic a lot. I watched Jeremy Johns, who reviews movies. I loved JonTron as a kid. And I feel like all of those channels kind of inspired me. Favorite shows, episodes, and characters? A lot of you asked like, what's your favorite Victorious episode? What's your favorite Nickelodeon character? What's your favorite episode of iCarly? So there's just a lot of questions like that. And to be honest, it's very hard for me to pick those kinds of things. It would take me hours and hours and hours of deliberation to actually pick a favorite episode of any of those shows. And I do plan on doing a very long form video where I rank every episode of iCarly, every episode of Victorious, Drake and Josh on a tier list. So you will get my answers eventually, but I just can't do that right now. I'm sorry. What's your favorite video game system and what are your favorite video games from when you were a young lad? Yeah, I love video games. I don't play them as much anymore because of my daughter, but I still play them. I play my Nintendo Switch a lot and I play my Xbox a lot with my friends. So my Switch is basically when I play alone and my Xbox is when I get on to play with the boys. God, and I love Super Nintendo games. I love the GameCube, the Nintendo 64. And these are some of my my personal favorite questions that I kind of found funny. Did you ever find that bug, or is he still lurking? Yeah, no, I never found him. The cricket was hopping around in one of my past videos, and to this day, he's probably hopping around. My one cat, Nancy, is very good at cricket hunting, so I'm thinking maybe she had a late night snack that I missed or something, but I don't know, he could still be here. Have you ever thought about doing longer form content, reviewing every season? I would love to just rank every episode of a series. You know, I've had a few other ideas for long form content as well. You'll just have to stick around and wait to see, because I don't want to give any spoilers. But yeah, I definitely plan on doing long content in the future. But my videos now, at this point, take a lot of time and effort, so it would take time. Which character from any of the Nickelodeon shows do or did you have a crush on? Well, do actively none, because I have a beautiful fiance, you know, and I know she's gonna watch this, so none, honey. But did? I don't know. Miranda's really like beautiful, you know, and I mean her soul, you know, she seems very smiley and bubbly. So, you know, she's a great one. She does Michael Jackson, hee. But I think she's great. Maybe Lola from Zoe 101 when I was younger. I don't know. Can you stack donuts on it? I'm assuming it's in reference to my erect cock, and yes, you can. Why do you watch kid shows when you're a grown-ass man? Good question. It's fun. I like doing it. Have you ever walked out of a movie? Yes, I 100% have walked out of a movie. I smoked a fat blunt solo after a tea break and went to see Hereditary, thinking it would be some funny, silly, goofy horror movie. And spoilers, but when the kid's head flew off, I started freaking out. You know, I wasn't prepared to see something like that, so I left. And there was one other occasion. I went to see Beau's Afraid, and I got a really bad migraine that wouldn't go away, and that's a 3-hour movie. So yeah, I walked out of that one as well. And there was one other one. When I was a child, I convinced my aunt to take me to see Iron Man, even though I wasn't 13 yet, and it was PG-13. And like, he starts bleeding in the opening scene or something, and blood terrified me as a kid. So we walked out within like 5 minutes. And those are the only 3 times I ever walked out of a movie. How you feel about the song We Are Dan Schneider that someone made with AI? It doesn't come up when you look it up. If you could comment on this video, Scott and Paul Rudd, I would love to know what song you're talking about. Out of Drake and Josh, iCarly, Victorious, and Zoe 101, which is your favorite to review? Victorious and iCarly have got to be the most fun to review. Victorious is the most egregious show Dan Schneider has ever made, in my opinion, I would say. And it's rude to its characters. So I feel like it's a lot of fun to just tear those episodes apart. You know, that's got to be my favorite to review. Drake Bell should be a teacher on the new Victorious series and be salty he never got to go there. Not a question, but also Drake and Josh ended with him getting a record deal. He had a hit song play during the Super Bowl or something and got a record deal with Spin City Records. So I don't think he would ever realistically be salty about not going to Hollywood Arts, but I think it'd be fun to see him as a teacher there. If the schools of Zoe 101 and Victorious started a war, who would win? The Victorious kids are like much older looking. Even though they're like supposed to be similar grades, the Victorious kids look like they're like 10 feet monsters compared to the Zoe 101 cast. I mean, definitely the Victorious kids. They're crazy. They beat the shit out of each other all the time. Definitely them. What do you think that is Josh's opinion on Oprah after everything we know? Do you know something we don't know? I don't understand what you mean after everything we know. What did Oprah do to Josh? What happened? If you had the chance, would you fight Dirty Dan in a boxing match? Probably not. He's got like hundreds of pounds on me. Like, he would crush me. What does a brother gotta do to get a sweaty throbbing peck on the lips around here? I mean, that's crazy, bro. I'll give you a throbbing peck on the lips any day of the week. All you gotta do is ask. Maybe buy me a drink first. How is fatherhood? The way it's written technically makes it not a question, but fatherhood's great. I love it. A lot of work, a lot of time and effort, a lot of joy as well. And being a YouTuber full time while having the child has been great as well. You know, I could work overnight if I have to while she sleeps, and I get to be around all day to watch her grow. What are your 3 favorite shows? And it could be any. Ah, shit. Pawn Stars. It's got to be one of them. I don't care what anyone says about that show. I love it. But I love Avatar, The Last Airbender. You know, that's great as well. The third one's up to your imagination. What was your favorite SpongeBob episode? You know what? I gotta pick the bomb episode where Squidward thinks he feeds SpongeBob a pie-shaped bomb and is just spending the whole episode expecting him to fucking die. That shit's hilarious. Why don't you cover more Big Time Rush? The simple answer is you gotta guys don't like watching it that much. The videos never do that well at all, you know? And when people don't watch videos as much, it tells me that it's not that entertaining for everyone. But I'll sprinkle them in the future. I'll throw you guys a bone every now and then. How I follow my dreams: believe in yourself, but within reason. Take calculated risks, but within reason. And have a backup plan if you fail, you know? That's what I can say about that. Favorite Victorious song? Probably Best Friend's Brother. I love the one Andre and her sing in the fancy restaurant, though. That one's such a good one, too. Oh, man. Best Friend's Brother's a banger, though. That one. Come on. It's got me singing about loving someone's brother. That's gotta mean something. How's your baby doing? She is doing great. Every day, it's like a different baby. She's just growing so fast. It's absolutely beautiful. Who designed your cartoon persona with the spiky Cosmo hair? Me and Mrs. Agro. You know, me and the fiance worked on it together, and we're proud of it. Of course, everyone's, said it. I've never referenced it. I'll finally say it for all you motherfuckers that made it this far into the video. It is inspired by Fancy Pants, the old Flash game. So there you go, confirmed. When can I come out of your attic? Please, soon, please. Perhaps when I'm not around. Why don't you upload daily? If I uploaded daily, the videos would genuinely be unedited. It would just be random bullshit. So that's why. And the last one, iCarly or Drake and Josh? I'm probably gonna have to say Drake and Josh is fire. I'm picking Drake and Josh. Just think about the hits and the movies and shit. It's banger. iCarly went a little off the rails, at the end. Drake and Josh stayed consistently quality. And that's everything. If you want to be involved in a potential other Q&A that might happen in the future, maybe, follow my socials on Instagram and Twitter. I'll involve Twitter next time, I promise. If you guys made it this far, you really are true fans. I appreciate all the support, all the views, all the likes. I appreciate the comments. The overflowing support genuinely makes my heart feel happy. I've never felt so satisfied in my life, and I appreciate all of you. So thank you so much, and here's to another 100,000 subscribers, and here's to 1 million, All right, thanks for listening.